Okay, so what are some things that we can do to make sure that our marketing is least effective as possible? So first thing is take their word for it. Whether you're in the sales process, you're working day to day, hand in hand with your marketing team, whether it's internal or external, make sure you just take their word for it. If they say that it's going well, trust that it's going well. No worries. Second thing is don't ask questions. See, the thing is if we ask questions about what's going on within our marketing and our advertising campaigns, we're more likely to have a better understanding of what the strategy is, what we're doing, and how we can improve it. And if we don't want our marketing to do well, we certainly don't want that information. Third thing is make sure that we throw money at non-money issues. So if you have broken, lead intake systems and processes, just spend more money on leads. Hopefully that'll fix it. You'll have a higher cost per lead, higher cost per acquired job, and ultimately your marketing will be less effective, and that's what we're trying to do here. So make sure you do that. When a lead calls in, the fourth thing we want to do is make sure that they have a terrible experience. Don't answer the phone. If you answer the phone, make sure that you're answering the phone in a way that doesn't make them feel welcome, doesn't make them feel compelled to schedule an appointment with you, and that'll be a really successful way to make sure that you don't get a new client from the lead that's calling in. Fifth thing that we're going to do to make sure that our marketing is the least amount of effective as possible is blame everyone else. Look, we all know as far as coping, it's way easier to blame someone else than to take accountability. And ultimately, if we want as little in return from our marketing and advertising as possible, we always want to blame our marketing managers, our internal marketing team, our external marketing company, because it couldn't be, if we look at our systems and processes or our sales reps within the company, whoever's responsible for facilitating a lead into an ultimate customer, and we find that there's issues within that process, we might be able to improve that, which would bring down our cost per lead, our cost per acquired job, and increase our profit. And we don't want to do that here. We want to make sure we're getting as little as possible out of our marketing and advertising. So make sure you're blaming everybody else and take no accountability for what's happening within your company. The next thing we're going to talk about is never following up. Look, if people want to work with you, they'll keep calling. You don't want to follow up. It's gonna make you appear to be desperate. So don't follow up with people who've reached out or submitted a form. Just make it incumbent upon them to keep showing them how much they want to work with you by them calling you and reaching out to you on a consistent basis. That's another surefire way to make sure that our marketing is the least effective as possible. The seventh thing that we're going to talk about is schedule meetings. Don't show up. If you're having consistent meetings with your internal marketing team or external vendors, obviously you're going to want to get as much information as possible as far as where we're at, where we are now, improvements that we're seeing, and opportunities to optimize our strategy. But again, we don't want this to be effective, so make sure that you just schedule the meetings and never show up. And that'll make sure that you're not on the same page, you don't understand the strategy, and ultimately that we're going to get as little in return as possible. The final tip that I'm going to give you as far as making sure we don't make money from our marketing and advertising is you want to make sure that everybody who you've employed, whether it's internal or external, who is an expert on a certain subject matter, knows that you know more than them, you assert your dominance, and you make sure that they follow exactly what you say to do, okay? This will be a great way, an integral part of making sure that our marketing tanks is by you dictating to whomever it is what's going to happen, how it's going to happen, and why it needs to happen that way, and not giving them any latitude to give you suggestions, recommendations, and execute a strategy based on their familiarity with marketing and advertising. So if this was helpful, make sure you share it with somebody that you know that could benefit from it, and we look forward to talking to you again soon.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.